Coming up on the Joe Rossano Show, some people don't want truth. They want a villain. They want a boogeyman. They want a simple story. They want someone to blame. Reality, it's messy. Truth sometimes comes slowly. And sometimes the answer really is, we don't know yet. Are you ready for facts? Unfiltered, unbiased, uncensored. The Joe Rossano Show is next. Welcome to the Joe Rossano Show. Hi, I am Joe Rossano. If you're new here, let me save you some time. You're not getting conspiracies. You're not getting guesses dressed up as facts. You're not getting, trust me, bro, journalism. What you are getting is the truth, context, common sense, and occasionally a bad joke. Because yes, facts matter. But laughing once in a while, that doesn't hurt either. Let me start with something that might surprise you. I don't think it's crazy to be suspicious. Questioning power, that's healthy. Demanding evidence, that's necessary. Blind trust is dangerous. History proves that. But here's where I draw the line. Suspicion is not proof. Questions are not conclusions, and vibes are not evidence. Somewhere along the way, we decided if something feels wrong, that's good enough. It's not. In real life, especially in court, feelings don't convict people. Evidence does. And if you can't prove it, maybe you shouldn't say it like it's fact. Radical concept, I know. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Conspiracy content spreads faster than fact-based concept for one simple reason. It's more exciting. Facts are boring. Facts come with footnotes. Facts say things like, we don't know yet. Conspiracies say, they're lying to you. They don't want you to know this. Everyone else is afraid to say it. That is clickbait catnip. But speed doesn't equal truth. Fast food sells better than vegetables, too. Doesn't mean it's better for you. And look, I get it. When people feel powerless, uncertainty is uncomfortable. Conspiracies offer certainty, even if it's fake certainty. And fake certainty is seductive. It's sexy. Here's where we need to slow things down. There's a massive difference between this deserves investigation and this person did it. One is responsible, the other is reckless. I'm seeing a trend lately where entire groups get blamed. Associates get accused, widows, co-workers, organizations all dragged right in the middle of it. Zero direct evidence presented. Just layers of speculation stacked on top of more speculation. That's not journalism. That's storytelling. And the problem with storytelling is eventually someone gets hurt. Because once you say something publicly, you can't unsay it. And history is littered with examples of people who were certain and dead wrong. Here's my favorite test. Ask yourself this. Would this survive 5 minutes in a courtroom? Not on YouTube, not on a podcast, not on social media, in a courtroom where someone can say, show me the evidence, not connect the dots, not just think about it, not why would this happen otherwise? Because courts don't care about vibes. Courts want documents, testimony, timelines, corroboration. If your claim collapses the second someone asks for proof, maybe it shouldn't be broadcast as truth. Let me put it another way. If conspiracy theories were stock tips, most of us would be broke. Because trust me, it's not an investment strategy. And I say this lovingly. Some people don't want truth. They want a villain. They want a boogeyman. They want a simple story. They want someone to blame. Reality, It's messy. Truth sometimes comes slowly. And sometimes the answer really is we don't know yet. I know that's not satisfying, but it's honest. Let me be crystal clear. I'm not saying institutions never lie, that governments never screw up, that powerful people never abuse the power. They absolutely do. History proves that too. What I am saying, if you're going to accuse someone, you better bring receipts. I am going to share a story with you, folks. My father, rest in peace, once said, son, if you're going to make allegations or venture down the road to actual accusation, you better be darn well sure. He was absolutely right. Otherwise, you're not exposing corruption. You're just creating noise. And noise helps no one except the algorithm. Now, some people ask me, Joe, don't you know conspiracy content does really, really well? Yes, I do. But here's the thing. I cannot, friends, come on here in good faith, ask you to click the notification bell, ask you to subscribe, ask you to share, ask you to like, and tell you something that isn't true. I'd rather, I don't know, be boring and right than exciting and reckless. And I'd rather sleep at night knowing I didn't torch someone's reputation because it made for a good clip. I'm not going to do that. Call me old fashioned, friends. So if you're here for facts over fantasy, skepticism over insanity, humor without cruelty, you're in the right place. And if you're looking for someone to tell you what you already believe, it's not going to be me. Because with me, you get facts, even if they're inconvenient, even if they're boring. And yeah, maybe a few laughs along the way. Now, I am going to move to a segment that I call the jar. Basically, nice folks like yourselves comment, send me emails, and if you want to, please do. It is joe@joerossano.com. They send me instant messages on social media, text messages, etc. I write them down and I read them out loud. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to read them out and I'm going to give you some feedback on that. And again, I really appreciate you doing this. I put them in this jar and, I kind of shake it up. I don't play favorites and I don't look through these and say, oh, I'm not going to answer that one. That was rude or anything like that. Let me have it. That's what we're doing here. We're having an honest debate and an honest discussion. And that's why I'd like you to click the subscribe button, the notification bell, and come on back and watch. I really enjoy our time together, and I'm trying to expose what the truth is and not just take a guess or try to hurt someone. So let's reach on into the jar here and let's see some of your questions and comments, and I'll be happy to answer 'em. So here we go. The first one comes from Dale. Okay. I think the government is hiding things from us regarding Charlie Kirk. What do you think? Well, getting back to what I said earlier, I don't think it's crazy to be suspicious. I think it's healthy. I think it is our responsibility as citizens, as voters, as people to question things. I regret to say that a lot has been said that can't be proven. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. What I am saying is a lot of the things that I hear and a lot of things that you hear can't be proven in court. They're said. People get hurt. And sometimes innocent people get hurt because we don't know all the facts yet. Now, I will say this. I do think there is a responsibility by our government and its agencies to come out and give us an update to let us know what is going on. I think this is the government by the people for the people. We deserve that. I want the truth, just like I'm sure you do. Conspiracies are fun. I like to hear them. I'm sure you do too. But I think that everyone, including every one of you, naturally wants the truth. And blaming the widow at this point and, the Israelis or whatever it is, Netanyahu, that folks do, maybe they're right. Maybe the facts will come out and they're correct. But until the facts come out, I do not feel the need, based on my responsibility behind this microphone, talking to all of you nice folks, to hurt someone in the process until those facts come out. And I'm not going to do that. Next, we love these, by the way. Thank you very much. This is from Beth. Do you think we will ever see the Epstein files? Why are they not out yet? I'm disappointed in that. I really am. They promised us that. There was supposed to be transparency. And now I am an independent. I am a traditionalist. Okay. I'm not on the far right. I'm not on the far left. I'm for who's ever telling me the truth. And those Epstein files, they were promised to us. Now, I am not the type of person that speculates again until I have facts, but what they say, and I watch podcasts too, and I watch news organizations too. What they say is there are some very powerful people in those Epstein files. The administration is very focused on business. And I think that a lot of people that may have an opportunity to do a lot of business with the United States or could be in the Epstein files. Now, I'm not saying that's a fact, but what I am saying is that is what they say. However, there is something's going on. There's a reason that these files have not been shown unredacted to us 100%. I'm dying to see them. And I want the truth every bit as much as you do. But at the end of the day, I am waiting for the facts to come out. And I want to see people held responsible. I come from a house, folks. I come from a background where I grew up with my parents, with a mother, two sisters, and now I currently live with my wife and daughter. These women deserve justice. They are victims. They are survivors. At times, they were, abusing and trafficking very young women, very young girls, and I think there needs to be some accountability. So I'm right there with you. I think that the Epstein files should be released unredacted to the public, to the people, to the voter. And I'll keep coming on here and asking for them as long as I'm able. And I appreciate you reaching out. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into the Joe Rossano Show, where we deal with facts unfiltered, unbiased, and uncensored. Once again, God bless you, my dearest friends and fellow Americans. Don't forget to adopt a pet, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show.